Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
Time itself is a silent song.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
When the sun's out, bathe in sunlight. But when the moon's out, bathe in moonlight. Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo!
Time itself is a silent song.
An antique's value
Exactly.
is in the eye
But
of the
none of them
beholder.
believed me.
You're right.
Toodaloo.
Time itself is a silent song.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
An antique's value is in the eye of the beholder. Yep, you're right.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo!
Time itself is a silent song.
An antique's value is in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
Wanna come over for tea?
Can we play banker
Time
next
itself is a silent song.
An
Exactly.
antique's
But
value
none of
is
them
in the eye
believed
of
me.
the beholder.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl.
Vamos a ver qué pedo. Directo el lunes. A huevo. Porque mañana sale Focalor si no he acabado esta chingadera. De milagro me la acabo hoy. Hola Sebas, ¿qué tal? Gracias, me escucho bien.
Is a silent
Me
song.
One
escucho bien.
client, two clients, three clients.
banker next time?
Me escucho bien. Hola chicos y chicas de YouTube, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Yo soy Máximo00, estamos aquí en Genshin Impact, acto 4, apenas empezándolo. Así que vamos a darle caña porque va a salir mañana Focalors y no he hecho nada. Debo hacer algo. Pero antes que nada, vamos a probar este güey. Que no lo he probado, coño. Ya se va mañana el desgraciado. Qué lata. Hola, 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 hola. Ah, mira. No sabía eso. Ay, qué suave. Ah, un boxeador. Oye, mola. Vamos a ver. Ahí yo creo que hay un chingadazo así. Te hago esto.
Nice and spicy.
Oye, no recupero vida, les estoy pegando. Toma, esta la aprendí el Tyson, cabrón.
Animal test 60.
No es este güey. Cambia.
Going in.
Coño.
Eat this. Boba, get them.
Let's begin. Stay cool. Face your guilt.
Está chido. Ojalá lo saque en su próximo banner, que será como hasta el marzo, abril de 2024. Mola, mola, Griosley. O como te llames, no sé tu nombre. ¿Por qué no te llamaste Pedro? Es más fácil de pronunciar Pedro. Vamos a llamarlo Pedro. Una vez más. Con su propia letra. Vamos a llamarlo Walter. Tiene cara de Walter. Te llamas Walter. Walter, que dio. Vamos a ver qué más hay. Uy, empezó esta mierda, me cago en todo. Ok, hay que preguntar. Me parece perfecto. Que la verdad este acto me está pareciendo bastante Así. El acto 3 mencionaron lo de los pinches caníbales. Y yo como, guau, qué chido. No mames, ni siquiera he hecho el de 20. Mencionaron la madre esta de los caníbales y me quedé como, guau, a ver qué pasa. No, quiero un pinche mito y ya. Así no se hace eso, me cago en todo. Coño, no sé hablar.
Hey, you over there.
¿Qué pasó, viejo?
Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild, literally sprouting up everywhere.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, care to join me for a game?
Si jugamos te destrozo,
Alright. No pressure.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this? Don't people usually come here to fight?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? So, there are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came over to say hi. Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right?
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right, then. Did you have anything specific in mind? Or do you want me to just pick a topic?
Why don't you pick? We'll let you know if we've heard it already.
All right. Have you heard any strange rumors since you've arrived? Then, did you know that there are some people who are always gossiping over in the corner?
What? Las paredes tienen oídos.
There are
loco.
two guys who are always skulking around in the corners of corridors gossiping. The bigger guy is Quisto, and the skinny one is Lavaroon. People call them the Bombshell Bros. I never really found their gossip very mind-blowing. It's pretty much just the same stuff that I hear about when I'm at work every day. If you're interested, you can go talk with them. They tend to talk a lot of nonsense, but they aren't exactly bad.
Si Sebas no
Good to
volvió.
know. Do you have anything else to tell us?
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more tantalizing. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Vaya.
Wait,
That's right.
Era
The
un
Duke was an
criminal.
inmate just like you and me.
Tyson.
Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become the warden, though?
La polla ese
Go from an
man.
ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect that. A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone just made up. I've never heard of that.
it's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it. Do you
Lo
have
peor-
anything else you can tell us?
Lo peor de todo es que yo no recuerdo nada del área prohibida. No me
Anything
acuerdo
else?
de nada.
Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time. You'll have to play a game of Genius Invocation with me first, though.
¿Qué? Un momento. ¿En serio se cree
See
que
you
podemos?
later. Hey, let's play a game if you ever have time.
Ah, bueno, menos mal. No quiere jugar con este men. ¿Quién quiere jugar con él? Venle su cara.
Take it easy.
Vale.
Take
Vamos
it
acá.
easy.
Una vez más. Vamos aquí, aquí estamos. Cornering, cornering, cornering. Eso.
There's a group of people over there. Let's go listen in.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts that much.
Okay, gordo.
You hear that, Quisto? What nice!
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Really? Are we that famous?
You're kidding.
¿Y qué
How
esperabas?
often does
Soy el
anyone get a personal
protagonista.
tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry, we're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and we blow minds on the regular.
So, you two really like to gossip?
Sí, señor.
No, you don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that? Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know? You should prove you're worthy of it.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice and say something to massage his ego.
No sé, tienes bonita panza, yo
The
qué sé.
welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super delicious.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
Chitona,
You
Paimon.
are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen carefully. This little bombshell will help you learn what's really going on here in the fortress. Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here.
Hijos de
We're
puta.
basically dogs to them. You've already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment in the infirmary.
Un momento, ¿sigo en directo? Ah, coño, sí. Pero no hay gente.
I know who you mean.
Qué
It's
novedad.
that
Ah, es
jury
que el lunes.
character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all.
But did you know that Churier was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here? There's no denying that.
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you're just another inmate like everybody else.
Por esto, gracias, Eva. Dejaste aquí tu like.
Speaking of which, the last
No,
time
la
I saw him, he
velocidad.
was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right? Guess that's just how terrible of a guy he is.
You mean he hit a woman? Wow, I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing
Machista,
away, got into
misógino.
a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary.
Wait a second. You don't think?
Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? Ah, but it's really hard to imagine.
Para mí que la agrede mucho a la pobre.
After all, I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Churier to a pulp that one time. And we might be overthinking things.
¿Qué se supone que tengo que hacer? No entiendo. A ver, vamos a leer. Por fin tienen muy esperado día libre, el mejor momento para aprovechar a investigar, pero siempre buscan pistas por todo el frente Merópide. A ver, es que yo supone que está investigando esta tartaglia. No sé cómo esto me va a ayudar. Supone que ya me dijeron por dónde huyó. Genshin, vamos, dame una mejor historia. Sumeru ya me tenía atrapado para este momento. Era más texto, ¿sabes? Era más texto.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half a hoot about a bunch of dogs like us?
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better.
I don't buy that.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to...
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your sewer hole with talk like that.
Joder, qué agresivo.
Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Not bad if you ask me. Who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they'd want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone as useless as you is so confident.
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the overworld.
¿Qué dice? Hay que liquidar a los de mi hoyo porque maldita misión esta, güey.
Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is it only something the inmates down here say? That's true.
Es que Sumeru para este punto ya me tenía atrapado en la historia.
And it's about time for us to go meet Linny.
Paimon, deja de interrumpirme.
According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
La única razón, Sebas, por la que hago directo es porque mañana sale Furina, la arconte hidro, y voy a tirar por ella. Así que mañana directito express. Coño, voy por acá. ¿Y tú cómo has estado, güey? ¿Qué tal tu fin de semana? Yo pues, me quedaron ganas de jugar a Oulas, fíjate. Esta semana no creo traerlo, pero yo creo que probablemente alrededor del mes lo voy a traer algún día. Depende si tengo tiempo. Y con respecto a lo de Fontaine, pues me está decepcionando un poco, ¿sabes? ¡No! No voy bien. Mierda, me había asustado. Porque por este punto la historia de Sumeru a mí me tenía atrapado, pero es que esta historia me está aburriendo, o sea, y no sé, siento que está como muy fuera de... No sé, la siento un poquitito fuera de lugar. A ver, bueno, es verdad, o sea, si resumimos el misterio de la chica desaparecidas. Quedaba a ver qué pasa con Tartaglia, se desapareció. Pues yo quiero irlo a buscar. Pero me pregunto, ¿eso qué relación va a tener luego con Arlequino y eso? A ver, o sea que acá estos güeyes, Linnea, el mago el femboy, tiene por relación con esa chica, con Arlequino. Pero pues a ver qué pasa, a ver, vamos a desbloquear esto.
Take it easy.
Pero te digo, no sé, no me está acabando de gustar la historia que me están contando en Fontaine. Coño, ¿para dónde voy? Esto va para abajo. No me hagan dar vueltas, porfa. Qué enfadoso es estar usando los malditos elevadores. A ver, es para allá. La que fastidia en la corte y entiendo un ratito para avanzar. Sí, Furina va a salir mañana. Focalors. Voy a tirar por ella. De hecho acá tengo... A ver, mira. Lo voy a ir mostrando. Tengo... Mira, acá dice. Tengo... Mira, ahí está. 142 deseos. Si hubiera hecho el abismo... Bueno, ahora 143. Si hubiera hecho el abismo tendría 147. Y con los que nos van a regalar mañana 150. Pero no hay problema. Si la sacamos. Lo sacamos en directo. Y también a Charlotte. Que guau. Cállate, Yelan. Charlotte, diseño God, Muy buen diseño que tiene Charlotte. Muy bonito. Su gorro, su traje, su pelo. No sé, me encanta. A ver, vamos. Chitona, Jutao, tú también. ¿Qué hace él ahí? Oye, de ahí lo pueden tirar y se mata. Qué buena idea, Qué buena idea se me acaba de ocurrir. Que no sé, me cae mal. Se ve demasiado puto.
That look in your eyes. You found something?
Por esto, Sebas, ¿sí te gustó a ti el directo de Oulas?
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a boatload of information.
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have my full and undivided attention. Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after him.
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would be up to the task.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair for us to fulfill our end of the bargain.
No, pues espero, cabrón.
Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
No manches. Falco me está invitando, me está mandando mensaje y yo vengo acá en directo, ¿sabes?
Collecting information has always been our strong point.
Falcon, espero y veas esto, pero te quiero decir que te quiero mucho y que te amo en secreto. No, es cierto. Ojalá y veas esto, Falcon, pero ando en directo, maldita sea.
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fremine will have to retrace Master Child's original route. And if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after that, he'll probably take another 2 or 3 days to return.
Sería malo de mi parte mentir por lo que pasó en ese directo, pero sí estuvo bueno el directo. Que espero con ansia el siguiente parte. ¿De Oulas? ¿Qué pasó, güey? A ver, la verdad, no te voy a mentir, la verdad estuve muy acobardado en el directo. Y no me estaba arriesgando mucho. Y sí debería arriesgarme más para que se ponga más emocionante. No miento en ese sentido. Y una cosa, ¿qué te pareció la temporada de Breakers? A mí me llama la atención descargarme el juego por lo mismo. Te quiero preguntar una cosa, Seba, sobre el Breakers. ¿Los Riders se tienen que comprar con dinero real? ¿Algo así como un DLC o cómo? ¿O son actualizaciones así gratuitas y van metiendo cosas? ¿O hay algo por lo que yo de verdad tenga que pagar con dinero real?
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the backs of our hands. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now?
Joder.
We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it, too.
Es que la existencia de este güey no me puede dar más igual, ¿sabes?
Oh, and there's just one last thing we'd like you. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the investigation of the Forbidden Zone.
Es que me cae mal. Me esforcé tanto porque no lo metieran a la penal y aún así acabó en la penal, el cabrón. La atención, los de tu amigo y Pomni, los gritos, solo me faltó más grito. La atención, los... ¿qué? Los chistes. ¿De quién? ¿Del Guns? Y Pomni y los gritos. ¿Te la pasaste mal, güey, o qué pasó?
Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission. So, you are the only ones we can count on.
Era el exposepa que se fumó ese güey. Y el Guns, es que el Guns es Guns, ¿sabes? Él solo está haciendo Guns, así de simple.
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
Guns es muy Guns.
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able to pull it off.
Y Guns antes jugaba Genshin, pero la aburrió.
Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs.
Uy.
You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to discover.
Digo que fue un buen directo con esos elementos. Y deberías ver tú, Sebas, cómo se pone el Guns cuando juega juegos de terror. Se pone bien alocado ese güey. Dice que es su gusto culposo.
But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first. No, when it comes to intelligence gathering, I'd never consider you to be an amateur. Didn't you say it yourself? It's always been your strong suit.
Y mira que lo más probable es que Guns me acompañe en el siguiente directo de Aulas.
I'll believe anything as long as it comes from you. So, please prove your prowess to me once again.
¿Y por qué?
All right, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
No
Let's
te
go our
quiero,
separate
Linnea.
ways for now then. Don't forget, we meet here again in 9 days. Stay safe.
No te quiero, muérete, Linnea. Tírate, te hubieras tirado por el barranco que había. Un plan para entrar a la enfermería. Auxilio. No,
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek.
Auxilio, veo una hadita voladora a mi lado.
There seem to be several people
Soy
inside.
esquizofrénico. Y me hacen falta amigos y afecto femenino.
It's not impossible.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we just try to talk to them in person?
No mames, pero muéstrenlo. ¿Vomitó? Ah, como yo. What? No cancelé.
Someone, please help! She's sick!
No es cierto, no dijo se desmayó, dijo se enfermó.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground.
¿Qué me dieron?
Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion? Could it be poison? Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here.
Qué cara, Dios mío.
I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
Me das miedo. A Falco le encantas y no sé por qué.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you.
¿Qué más hacer? Auscultación.
I see now.
Te está fingiendo. Tenemos un pH.
My checkup has confirmed that she's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way.
¿Y eso solo con hacerme auscultación? ¿En serio?
Oh, that's good. But I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please, relax and take a deep breath. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I press here? And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, how strange. What about here? Does this hurt? Oh. I understand. So that's what it is. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache when it decides to act up. So that's what it is. Thank goodness it's not anything more serious.
¿Y por qué me tuve que enfermar yo y no Paimon,
And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Woolsey, of this problem as soon as possible. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Why don't you take a rest here while I go get some medicine for you? Miss Lorvine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
Very well.
And she hopped away just like that.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
De la verga. Lo normal.
Her stomach aches really bad. She was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
¿No era enfermera?
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Yo estoy seguro que era enfermera y no doctora.
Ah, well, that's true.
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know?
Los Riders es el siguiente, se actualiza el juego y puedes comprar los Riders con las monedas. Las medallas TP de Xenoverse 2 en Breaker. Puedes conseguir las medallas de dos formas en el juego. Ah, qué chido, entonces no es dinero real. Ah, menos mal. Porque a mí me daba miedo que me quisieran hacer pagar dinero real por cada Rider, güey, por cada cosa. Porque he estado viendo el juego y no sé, me llama la atención jugarlo. Aparte yo alguna vez te dije que me gustaría jugar algo contigo, güey. Y yo creo que ahorita aprovechando lo del plus que está ahí, pues me lo voy a descargar. Yo y Guns y Chugusasu también. Y no sé si Yui se anime o Falcon. Y ahí lo estemos probando. No sé si se pueda crear sala, invitar a amigos así como en Seno. A ver, tú cuéntame, güey. Porque estaría suave que aquí todos estemos jugando el Breakers en directo.
Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sishuin take care of the sick and injured.
Ay, disculpen.
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
Ay, mira, qué bueno.
That's correct. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
Are you two also sick?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her... you could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now, please. Keep it civil at least.
Mejor lárguense. Estoy seguro que más que expedientes médicos se llaman expedientes clínicos.
So there's no need to argue over silly things like this.
But... Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
Los tres principales ya vienen por default. Los cuales son Freezer, Cell y Majin Buu. Y el método es ahorrando y la otra con dinero real para conseguir muchas monedas TP. Son de 200 hasta 5385. Oye, esas monedas, Sebas, las consigues jugando, ¿verdad? Me imagino que juegas partidas y las vas consiguiendo. Porque pues es que yo nunca he sido de pagar dinero. Yo jugaba Coliseo de Héroes, güey, pero yo jamás llegué a meterme ahí a TP y tengo un montón de figuras. Nunca metí dinero real. Mi intuición de aventurera.
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
Y ustedes en mi vida quiero volver a ver.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later, everyone.
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that.
Hola.
I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
No hables mal a espaldas de él, díselo en su cara, perra.
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me? Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is? But there's no need to keep dwelling on him. I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Seashween should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her medicine. No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Hey,
Thank you for getting your medicine, Miss Seashween.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now.
Ay, mierda, la adelanté.
Miss Lorvine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
¿Qué dice? Se consigue subiendo de niveles esas monedas que dan de 3 en 3 los regalos del equido de Breakers en pase dragón, y los eventos que hace de recolección de emblemas son de 30 en 30. ¿Es tedioso farmearlas, güey?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure to go to bed early after taking them tonight.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
See ya!
Por cierto, a todo esto, tú en Xenoverse, ¿cómo vas?
Out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double check a few details. If that's all right with you.
Yo siquiera tengo historial médico. Ahí te voy a decir, en Xenoverse, ¿cómo vas con lo del festival? Porque tengo entendido que tú tienes Gold, güey. Me imagino que has jugado lo del evento ese de los maestros. Te quería preguntar si ya conseguiste alguna de las habilidades.
Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead. So her primary symptoms are abdominal pain, with secondary symptoms of nausea. Is there anything else?
Bueno, por el límite de desafío sí, pero cuando no tiene eso es satisfactorio. Ah, menos mal.
That's it. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, her base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure she'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods. And don't stay up too late at night. Got it. Paimon will hold the Traveler to that for sure. Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest.
Voy a perder mi descanso.
We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit under the weather now, but she's actually super... Oh, so you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry, she'll recover soon. Ah, you're awake.
Amigas. Tengo un amigo.
How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left.
No soy esquizofrénico, ¿verdad?
Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember bland foods. Thank you, Miss Seashween.
Le llaman por su nombre. ¿Por qué cambian los diálogos? ¿Y dónde está la placa de metal? Oye, ¿dónde estaba sentado? Coño, no sé dónde está la placa de metal. ¿Qué me tienes que decir?
Seems like a lot of people have been coming down with an upset stomach lately.
Así es la vida, sigue Winnie. Sigue Wine. O sigue Wine. Oye, esta mierda me recuerda a Olas. Es idéntico. Oye, esto es idéntico, mira. De cuando me estaba siguiendo el maldito gordo, güey. Los ladrillos, la forma del alcantarillado es lo mismo. Gordo, estás ahí. Tienes que estar ahí. No, terrible, hermano, corre. Ahí viene el gordo feo, corran. Ay, me equivoqué. Ah, mira, es el baboso ese. Ah, no. No, es otro. Te confundí. Bueno, hola, manera es baboso. Claro, coño, ¿dónde es? Por acá, vámonos. A ver qué dice. Espérame un momentito. Me falta el insoportable de número 17. Y Broly de 7 y Dabura. A ver, espérame. Me falta 17, Broly de Z, Dabura, jaja, ni quiero tocarlo con un palo, pero ya que sí importaban, sí, especialmente la de Goberto Super Saiyan, Dios Super Saiyan es hermosa. Sí, güey, sí la estuve viendo. Y coño, esa es la que debió haber salido en el maldito DLC. No sé por qué esa no la ponen para avatares, güey. Fíjate que a mí una habilidad que me gustó mucho fue la de Hit, güey. Vas a decir, debe ser por el bug. Fíjate que no, fíjate que a mí la de Hit me gustó porque es como una habilidad de agarre. Aunque tu oponente se cubra, aún así le va a pegar. Y además de eso, se ve que es muy buena para hacer combos. Igual que el ataque perfecto de Cell, creo que ahí se llama. La de Dabura la vi y sí se ve bastante mierda. Porque hace muy poquito daño. Te lo iba a mencionar, lo increíble que pareció con el Oulas, pero no quería invocar los recuerdos de Viena.
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation now.
Lo peor de Oulas se viene en el siguiente directo, güey. Cuando me tope con Trager. No, eso yo no quiero jugarlo, güey. A ese güey sí le tengo miedo. Al gordo no tanto.
Paimon talked with Sigewin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Whoa! You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
Ok. Palabras clave. Coño, no sé hablar. Qué lástima. Yo quiero jugar el evento de los universos, pero es que no tengo plus, ¿sabes? Otra duda, Sebas. ¿Tú ya jugaste la pelea de Goku? Entonces pasar la nota de la Inet mientras trabajas. Es toda una profesional, ya que su expresión no cambia en absoluto y ni siquiera te mira. Así te iba a decir que si tú jugaste la pelea de Goku, esa que está bien difícil. Es que hubo youtubers que subieron una pelea contra Goku, que Goku estaba rotísimo, usaba hasta rompelímites y todo. Y coño, yo quiero jugar esa pelea. Es que así casi enfrentarte a alguien bueno en el online, o sea, yo quiero jugar eso. Y otra cosa, ¿tú no sabes si el evento se vaya a quedar para siempre o se vaya a ir? Porque si se va, pues me cago en todo. O sea, no lo jugué. Y yo quería jugarlo. Es lo peor de todo. Yo quería jugar ese evento. Oye, ¿qué pasa si me tiro?
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
Ojalá te vayas al permanente.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
No, yo sí me negué.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Oye, Sebas, si a ti no te gustó la Genkidama de Goku, con la que se convierte en Super Saiyajin. Cuando consigues la habilidad no es difícil, es ir, cambiármela para pasarlo. Si no, después de que consiga una habilidad, ahí sí se pone difícil. Para saber si es el difícil tiene que aparecer la opción. Ok. Yo quiero jugarlo ese. Quiero que Goku me rompa la madre. ¡Oh! ¡Genial! Todas las diarias. Eso me encanta. Yo no tuve que hacer las diarias. Eso es genial. Porque qué enfado hacer misiones diarias, me cago en todo. Ah, que las diarias de Xenoverse ya dan como 200 TP, ¿verdad? Dan un montón. ¿Qué dice? Quiero una verdadera lucha. Yo quiero jugar esa pelea. Quiero jugarla. Quiero que Goku me rompa la madre. Quiero un reto. O sea, quiero que un boss me ponga contra las cuerdas. Que ya ha pasado, ¿verdad? Pero si yo quiero el boss lo destrozo, ¿sabes?
Huh. Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
La secuestraron.
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her.
Okay.
Yo sabía que las melucinas eran malas. Se lo dije a Falcon. Examina. Malito.
There are
R2.
some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions,
Mira,
and
tarde.
the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Todos tienen gustos muy raros. Falcon le gustan las melucinas, a Yui le gusta Pomni y a Guns le gusta, bueno, Guns no va a decir que le gusta, pero igual. Están enfermos todos, ¿qué les pasa?
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Bueno, también tengo gustos raros, así que no tengo derecho a juzgarlo. Lo bueno es que nadie está aquí para contradecirme.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
Sí, todas se ven iguales.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest while she left, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Y ahora siempre que puedes crear tu propia sala en privado e invitar a hasta 8 personas, jaja, eso es lo que solo se hacía la primera temporada. En la actualidad, desde la segunda temporada solo son de 7 personas. Me sirve, eso estaría suave. Te digo, se supone que hay crossplay ya, ¿verdad? Entre Xbox y Play para poder jugar, porque te digo que estaría chido jugar. Voy viendo el juego, pero aún no logro entenderle del todo, pero creo que entiendo un poco de qué va. El Raider se busca. ¿Se busca? ¿Cómo? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Esa cara, perra? No más hice... ¿Esa respiración? Maldita sea. Oh, la compuerta. Aquí estaba y no la vi.
Ah, this is it. We saw it before.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere.
Están haciendo cosas feas a Lynette. Aún no, perro. Para medio, a final o hasta la quinta temporada habrá crossplay. ¿Qué? ¿No? ¿En serio? Uy, no. ¿Y más o menos cada cuánto sacan temporada? Pregunta. Quise decir pero. No hay pedo, si quieres dime perro, no hay problema.
Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
A veces la gente actúa diferente, Linnea. A veces las cosas no salen como uno quiere.
Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
Pinche Linnea.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
This is...
Is that all? The back. This is...
Show me, now!
¿Qué pasó? No.
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now.
Lynette es forra.
Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
No sé, viendo Five Nights at Freddy's, tal vez.
No. Could she have? Is she already?
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning.
¿Qué ahora Wriothesley es el malo?
You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her?
Porque es la furra. Hay que matarlos a todos antes de que dejen crías.
Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means...
¿Como yo tengo razón? ¿Hay que matarlos antes de que dejen crías?
The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds... Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
No.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Una bofetada funcionaría.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No.
No, ¿a mí por qué?
I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please, talk some sense into him!
No, déjalo.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again.
¿Otra vez?
I have to
ya.
go. I'll find a way to get them back!
Pues déjalo que se vaya, Paimon.
He's rushed out the door! After him!
No. Chismosa. ¿Tú qué es ahí? Ve esa cara. Malditas melucinas.
I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
¿Cómo lo supieron?
Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone, please help! She's sick!
Deben ser esas pinches orejotas, güey.
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they
¿Cómo?
are quite
¿Me llamas
sharp.
pendeja? ¿Estúpida furra?
What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling.
Ahorita mismo te borro esa sonrisa de la cara. El que seas niña no te da derecho a burlarte de mí.
Oh my!
Y no me impide golpearte tampoco.
There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin.
Es más, eres furra, no tienes derechos, así que puedo golpearte con toda libertad. Pero si es Maxi, el adorador de melucinas. No es cierto, me cae mal, y más ahorita por chismosa. Falcon, vi tu mensaje y te respondí en directo, de hecho. Fíjate. Quise decir, pero... Ah, no. Eso ya no comentó. ¿Cómo estás, Falcon, a todo esto? ¿Qué tal? Yo voy a ver si me acabo esto ahorita. Maldita, güey. Pero es una melucina. No la quiero. No, que se vaya, déjalo. A ver, Madonta, este estúpido, te va a matar. Jutao, dale su madre. ¿Dónde babosa? No, que se vaya Linnea. Que chingue su madre. Oulas. Es más, ¿dónde está el gordo feo? Se los voy a echar. Chris Walker, atácalos. Usa panzazo, yo qué sé. ¿Dónde está el femboy? A ver. ¿Y a todo esto cómo estás, Falcon? ¿Listo para Purina? Yo no. Bueno, tengo 143 deseos. Llegaría a 150 con el abismo y con lo que van a regalar. Pero pues no voy a hacer el abismo ahorita. Porque tiene forma de niña, si es una melucina. ¡Que no! Deja las melucinas ya. Enfermo, tú también. Pero a ver, Falcon, ¿cuántos deseos tienes para Purina tú? De seguro como 200. Hijo de su madre. Gastó por Neobilet y todavía le tiene más que yo. ¿Cómo le hace? ¿Cómo le hace? Y vas a ver que con 20 va a sacar Purina C6 y armas C5. Vas a ver con 20 tiradas. Alto.
Come out and face me, Risley.
Ala, qué gráfico.
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
My siblings. Oye, me explicaron eso, lo de siblings. Creo que eran hermanos.
That your
creo.
Performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No. He's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive.
No te la dé por favor, es un suicidio. La vida es un riesgo, Falcon. El que arriesga no gana.
You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
Oye, ¿se podría meter en problemas por dejar escapar a un criminal, no?
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not? What do you really want?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean... you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's...
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
Oye, Falcon, nada, no hay forma de que me muestres la build de tu Furina para poder verla, porfa.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Acosador.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone... Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
De momento estoy en la free to play. No, quítate de la cuenta, pobre, vete a la chingona, Falcon.
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both must...
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father?
Hablas muy lento.
No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Lenny!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5,
Uy, está contando.
Wait,
2, 1.
Le faltó el 4 y el 3, no sabe contar.
Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Lenny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Yo no quiero liberarlo, pero bueno.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
No, examen, no.
Question 1.
No quiero examen.
Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Ah, esa sí me la sé. ¿Qué? ¿En serio?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons.
¿Qué dice?
We often see Miss Sijuin observing... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Joder, esto no.
The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because...
Yo qué sé.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near their production. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the research note said that the Melusine rate... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour. The Fonta promoter has been...
No sé qué hacer, coño. Lumina habla. Es lo bonito que habla.
According to Collins, the Pancration...
Yo qué sé.
The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an...
Sabía que estaba mal. Ah, vaya.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near their production zone. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near their production zone. It seems
De
like
hecho, la voz de Lumina en inglés así directo es cuando Genshin. Sí. Una vez me topé uno y no sabe jugar.
The research note said that the Melusine race perceives...
Estoy bien. Sí.
Ah, so that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now.
Pues yo no entendí.
The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not
Es
supposed
neta.
to work 3 days in a row.
Cosme
And if they
fulanita.
do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, they were all prepared by Sijuin. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch. And Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However...
Y preparar comida mala va a hacerle un bien a los pacientes. ¿Qué le pasa a esta Melusina estúpida?
Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just... Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question.
Personaje, ¿no creen?
There are also some hidden rules in the pancreation ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Ok, botecito de sangre.
According to Collins, the Pancreation tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it.
Fonta es él?
The research note said that the Fonta promoter has been struggling because we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting...
¿Cómo que mal? Se habla de Fonta, me cago en todo.
The infirmary is always empty for the
Fonta's
internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the research note said that the Fonta's internal reports suggest...
Yo que sé, este y este.
We often see Miss Sijuin observing the... I've been told that the infirmary is always... The Fonta promoter has...
¿Qué? Si esos fueron los que yo seleccioné. Las menús tienen derechos. No es cierto, son furros, no tienen derechos.
Ah! Paimon gets this rule too now! So there really was nothing to be... That hidden rule of the pancreation ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale, to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancreation tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
Joder, no vamos ni a mitad de la historia, me cago en todo.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light.
Yo creo que esto, chicos, solo dividiremos en dos partes. Pero vamos lento.
Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
Yo creo que ahorita llegamos a las 2:30 y paramos.
All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind.
¿Qué hace, loco?
Pay for this!
No, ¿qué le hicieron?
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sijuin. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace.
¿Por qué lo muestra así? Anímenlo. ¿Te imaginas que te despiertas? Eres una... No mames. Qué asco, güey. Yo no quiero despertarme siendo un furro.
Sijuin?
Matémosla.
This gun may look like a toy. It's actually fully functional, as I just...
Sijuin.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
¿Te crees más fuerte que yo, acaso, perra, o qué?
When Monsieur Nervulet asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulet told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now.
Yo no quiero despertarme si una melusina. No quiero ser una melusina. No quiero ser profanado por medio mundo. No quiero que me miren con sus miradas lascivas, asquerosas, malditos.
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want, but let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
¿Quién?
Some space, please.
Se me olvida tu nombre, es Chlorine.
Ah, Miss Clorinde.
Y Freminet.
Freminet.
¿Qué le pasó?
Freminet.
No, se entera de que le hicieron ruleta 34. No, hermano.
What's going on? What is Clorinde doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Freminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
¿Síntomas de qué?
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
Hijo de su... No, se va a borrar.
What did you say?
No.
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Freminet a more
Lo
thorough
van a
checkup.
borrar, no.
Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
Chlorine lo venció. ¿De qué hablas, Falcon? No mames.
I'll talk to Clorinde while you get Freminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Ni modo, este compa ya se murió. Voy a hablar con este men primero.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been... How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... Well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved 2.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
That's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Entonces le dio en la frente el botón de la blusa de... No mames, ¿de qué hablas, loco? Yo Chlorine la veo bien, Falcon, ¿qué te pasó? Tú no eras así.
Might as well then, I suppose.
Te volvieron loco las
Actually, do you have a
melucinas,
towel?
no.
I would like to dry my hair.
Oye, no, viéndolo bien, tiene bastante pecho la desgracia esta. Ahora con ellos. No, Freminet, ni modo. Eras demasiado malo para este mundo.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Linny,
are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look all right.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
Chicos, una pregunta. ¿Alguno de ustedes les gustan los femboys?
I'm back, everyone.
Ahí está, la furra. Las dos furras, más bien.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon,
Disculpen.
you're here. Fremine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
No, ¿qué pasó? Oh, vaya.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Si ni respiraba, estaba quieto, estaba congelado.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
No, yo no quiero ir.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
Se
They
fueron.
probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Hay que volverlo furro. Falcon, en serio, ¿qué te pasó? Tú también te volviste furro. A ver, bueno, lo de la profecía es verdad que está más interesante. La demás mierda que me están contando. Porque Tartaglia... Bueno, técnicamente a Tartaglia, como no es de Fontaine, el agua del mar primigenio no debería hacerle nada. Tengo entendido que esa pinche agua solo le hace daño a los que son de Fontaine. Lo bueno, ja, estúpidos. Yo soy inmune a esa chingadera. A ver, espérenme. A ver. Ay, Junkichi, maldito Junkichi. Un día voy a hacer esa misión, es más castroso que la maldita de Nilou. A ver. ¿Dónde está el ascensor? Juego, márcame. Ah, coño, me estoy alejando. No, pues ni modo, pues yo vine por aquí. Mira nomás estos atajos tan locos. A ver, juego, a ver. ¿Me vas a marcar bien dónde tengo que ir? Por favor. Que solo me está alejando. ¿Por dónde subo? O sea,
Take it easy.
Juego, márcame bien, Chintrolas, márcame bien, a ver. Ya no entendí qué hacer. Ah, es por aquí. Coño, ¿cómo me cae esta madre? Es muy revoltoso. What the fuck, ¿quién eres tú? Pues nos vemos, Cero. Eres un cero a la izquierda. No es cierto. Muy mal chiste, discúlpenme. Debería haber un teleport para llegar rápido a la enfermería.
Take it easy.
Aquí no estará el pinche gordo feo, ¿verdad? No, por suerte no sale. Cough, cough.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
¿Quién eres tú?
Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long.
Vas más adelante que yo. ¿Cómo? ¿No has empezado tú tampoco la historia, Falcon? ¿Seas mamón? ¿En serio? Bueno, no soy el único. Bueno, eso me alegra un poco. No soy el único que va tan atrasado.
The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, que lo escupa ya.
Listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Vamos a ver su recuerdo. Primero se salvó con una transmisión de sangre de Melusine. No es cierto. La sangre seguro no era compatible. El pobre Ferminet se hubiera muerto, ¿sabes? Eso no tiene nada de sentido, Falcon. La sangre de Melusine debe ser incompatible con el ser humano. Ay, pero es muy traumante pensar que esa Sigewinne es una mezcla de humano y Melusina, güey. No manches, es horrible.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time.
Me pregunta todo esto, ¿dónde está el mar primigenio?
Where could Master Child be?
Y esto después de que le dan la botella de líquido rojo. No manches, ¿me acaba de hacer spoiler? No le han dado nada. Ah, mira, soy Freminet. What the fuck? Mira, tengo un personaje y no hice nada para ganarlo. Sí.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Automático. Vaya. Mierda, no me deja moverme. Perdón si no hablo mucho, estoy en partida en Breakers ahora mismo. Ah, no te preocupes, güey, no pasa nada. Oye, Falcon, tú te vas a descargar el Breakers ahorita que lo van a poner en Plus gratis. Porque me llama la atención descargármelo para probarlo. Y otra cosa, Falcon, ¿tú en la Xbox conseguiste habilidades de festival ya? Y quiero que me digas qué te parecieron. Porque, por ejemplo, Sebas me dijo que le encantó la de Gogeta. Y sí, la de Gogeta se ve que está muy chida. Yo quiero la de Hit.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
What the fuck, ¿cómo? Evitar obstáculos, pero es que no puedo llegar. What the fuck. Ah, ya entendí. No, hombre, es que yo soy una cosa bien bárbara. actívala. Weón, actívala. Todas y son geniales, haré video. No, la de Dabura no, güey. La de Dabura es bastante malilla. Hay alguna que sí se ve como medio meh. ¡Ay, no! ¡Me cago en la puta! ¿Es en serio? Oye, ¿yo cómo subo? Ni modo, muérete. Seas mamón, ¿yo cómo subo? No te caigas, Puerto, qué pelo, ¿no? Se parece a Shinkyu. Oye, ¿cuándo se resetea el abismo? Si es cierto que no lo he hecho. No me es que ya se reseteó. 9 días, no, vamos bien. What the fuck? ¿Dónde debo de ir? Ah, por acá. Perfecto. Eso. Acá no habrá nada. No, no hay nada. Vámonos. ¿Oye la espada real? ¿Por qué iba esta mierda? Era una serie llamada Monster High y había una que era un libro de zombie unicornio y yo me quedé... ¿Monster High? ¿Tú veías esa, Falcon? ¿En serio?
Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Bueno, ¿verdad? Pues parece que sí.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
No sé ustedes, chicos, pero a mí me encanta la mecánica de bucear.
The traces are gone, but I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait, what the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
¿Cómo Clorín lo salvó? Uy, ¿cómo lo salvaron? Un tremendo poder del guión. ¿Qué hice? El del agua. Ah, me estoy muriendo, coño. Nada. No, nada. Coño. Pues mira, hacks. Ay, mierda, me está quitando más vida.
I can't.
Venía la furrina, exacto. ¿Y es buena Falcon furrina?
This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater.
La diosa de las focas, furrina.
I have to push on.
Uy. Mira. De milagro llegó ella a salvarle. Qué conveniente. Qué conveniente. Ay, sí, perra, qué conveniente. Una furrina que está bien tonta.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
Oye, sí, de todo este personaje, hubo un personaje que salió aparte con Navia. ¿Cómo se llama y quién era, Falcon? Porque anunciaron a otro. Yo, te soy sincero, del siguiente banner yo lo que voy a sacar va a ser el arma de Ito. Yo no espero sacar a Navia. La verdad, no creo tener la suerte para sacarla.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Ni cómo fue que dio con él.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her.
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
No recuerdo su nombre, pero es... Piro... Es Pito. Es Pito de lanza. El Pito de lanza. Ese güey es Pito de lanza, dice. A la madre, entonces una... ¿Cómo se llama? Una futanari, güey, no manches. El Pito de lanza de 4 estrellas.
Yeah, it's about time you actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Liddy?
¿Qué pasó ahí, Falcon? Te digo que has cambiado, ¿qué te pasó? No, acepta lo que pusiste Pito de lanza. No manches.
No, please go on without me.
Está bien filoso ese
I don't want to
personaje.
leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Oye, Sebas, ¿tú cómo lo ves? Va a salir un personaje nuevo y es Pito de lanza, güey. ¿Qué te parece?
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
¿Y quién dijo que yo quiero ir contigo, eh?
Thank you.
Pinche furra. No vas a contagiar los furros. What the fuck?
I'm so sorry, Lenny.
I'm also really sorry, Lenny. I should have been more careful.
Don't say that. It was all my fault. I was the one who should have been more careful. You two were nearly...
If I was stronger, maybe I would have already found Master Child.
Tienes razón.
No, how can you say that?
No, deja que lo diga, tienes razón.
I'm sorry.
What I'm hearing is, we all dropped the ball at some point during the mission. So the responsibility falls on all of us. Isn't that...
Yeah, that's right.
Lenny, we understand that you're worried...
Yeah.
Ya dejen de hablar, chingado. Ve a la oficina del duque. ¿Ustedes qué opinan, chicos? ¿Dejamos por aquí o continuamos? Porque, a ver, creo que tan mal no voy, o sea, llevamos casi 1:40 y es lunes, es día de hueva. Vamos a ver, más o menos qué tan avanzados vamos. Vamos a ver. Ah, coño, ¿qué pasó? Pues llevamos casi a la mitad de la historia de esta. Como les digo, tan atrasados no vamos. What the fuck, ¿qué es esto? Apuntes del aprendiz. Yo creo que hablamos con Griosley y yo creo que ya le dejamos. Sí, no vamos tan mal. O sea, en el siguiente directo fácil no lo acabamos. El problema es cuando aparece Alex y me distrae el de muy desgraciado. Yo creo que de aquí a 12:50, 12:40 ya le acabamos el directo, a ver. Es lunes. Lo bueno es que yo mañana entro a las 11 de la mañana. Si no, créanme que ahorita yo andaré haciendo otras cosas. Digo que hasta aquí. Y guardamos mejor para luego. A ver, espérense. Deja hablo con Griosley y ya. A ver qué me dice. Y ahora sí. Pero si quieren irse, son libres de irse. Váyanse todos a chingar. No se quedan. Nada, no se quedan, chicos. Ya cuando estemos libres. Sí, mañana les digo que haré directo express. O sea, ya saben, directo express es 1 horita, menos de 1 horita. Sacando a Furina, la vamos a estar probando. No tengo libro de talentos, lamentablemente. No tengo casi artefactos, vean. Mi Furina es una mierda, vean, no sé. ¿A dónde está? A ver, tomando en cuenta que Furina sube con probabilidad, pues va a tener más. Va a tener como 50. No va a estar tan mal, pero es que vean. No tengo ni siquiera un reloj. Me cago en la puta. No tengo ni el full set, o sea, sí. Horrible. No, literal, horrible. Mira, puedo hacer esto con las manos.
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Está chido el diseño de Clorin.
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
No, la verdad ya hace sueño. Me estoy quedando
Initially,
dormido.
I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance.
Pues sí, ¿no? Pinche Child, ¿dónde anda el cabrón?
Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went, so I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you!
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremenet has told you already the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that?
Criminal,
Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right! Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremenet was part of that crisis?
A los personajes de Genshin como les encanta hacer la barba entre ellos, malditos.
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
Van a ver que cuando salga Clorin va a estar pocha.
That's not something you should be asking after.
Ah.
Neverlet only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts.
¡Qué huevos!
All I need to prove to you is that
si
the Forbidden Zone had
cabrón.
nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremenet.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us.
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Sí.
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Claro.
Follow me.
¿Qué nos tiene que mostrar? No lo sabemos. Y será hasta el próximo directo. Para dejarlo con algo emocionante, coño. Que es que les digo que está siendo muy pesado esta mierda. Nada más, chicos. Muchas gracias a Sebas. A Falcon que se pasaron por aquí. Muchas gracias, chicos, la verdad. Se agradece su compañía. Bueno, ya saben, mañana tirando por Furina, el arconte hidro. Nada más vamos a estarla probando. No va a estar tan chetada como Inactividad lo estuvo en su momento. Y bueno, eso. Yo creo que si todo sale bien, les traigo también directo el sábado. Sería lunes, martes y sábado. ¿Va? Así que ahora sí nada más. Un saludito. Nos vemos en el siguiente directo, chicos. Chao, chao. Besitos. No sé. Ay, qué mal sonó eso. Duerman bien, descansen. Tengan un bonito inicio de semana, más que nada. Chao.